What's up, YouTube? So on build video number 2, we worked on getting the pistons and rods all put together and installing the piston rings and grinding them down and discussing why it's so important. This week we're going to be installing the comp cam's the comp cam's double roller timing chain, and also the heads, the LS3 heads. So go ahead and sit back and enjoy. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and install the cam. It's comp cams. There's the numbers on it. Because I guess composite and use it. We're going to install that. You want to go slow. You don't want to just slam it in there because you'll start nicking the bearings, the cam bearings. It will just slide in, so just take your time. Going to install the cam plate, and then we'll go ahead and put on the timing chain. And we got the double roller comp cam's timing chain. And we'll just put them both at 0 for now. Alright, this one's going to go to 18 foot-pounds. That cam cover. Alright, so we're going to install the timing gear, and we have the double roller, which means the timing set, which means it has 2 chains on it instead of the single chain. It adds more strength to it. This kit comes with the ARP bolts. So to line it up on the gear, there's 2 marks. There's a 0 mark here and a 0 mark here. And if you go over one tooth, over a second tooth, it says A2. 2 more teeth says A4, A6, A8. That's advanced. So where this 0 is at right here, it's lined up on the keyway. If you wanted to go 2 degrees advanced, you put the A2 on the keyway. Or if you want to go 4 degrees advanced, you go A4 on the keyway. On the opposite way, it has R2, R4, R6, R8. That's retard 1, 2, 3, or 2, 4, 6, 8. And if you want to retard the same thing, you just rotate it the opposite way and put the keyway on that keyway. For the upper chain, you want the 0 matching with the 0 here, or the dot here. So here's a dot on here. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but it's kind of hard with go. You can see a little dot right there. You want that pointing completely down at the 6 o'clock, and you want this 0 pointing up at the 12 o'clock. Okay? Pull these bolts out. And when you go to put this on here, looks like I'm at 0 now. When you go to put this on here, you'll notice that this pin has to line up here, and it's not going to line up. So you want to rotate the crank, or I'm sorry, the cam to get it to line up. Go ahead and spin it. Make sure my dots line up. And it's perfect. 0 there, dot there. Straight up and down. So that's good to go. Alright, so next we're going to do the lifters. Some people say to soak these 24 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, and then install them. I don't soak them at all. I've never had any issues without soaking them. I just make sure I lube them with engine oil or assembly lube before I install them. So I already put oil in the bores, assembly lube in the bores to lube them up. Just lube them all up. It slides right in. Shouldn't need to hammer it in or anything like that. They should just slide right in. You line them up. You see, it just slides right in. Just like that. A lot of guys don't torque these bolts. I guess it's not necessary. Just if you over torque them, they're going to break on you. They're only 106 inch-pounds. So if you have an inch torque wrench, use it. All right, so once the lifters are in, I like to just take a little bit of lube. Take this a little bit more. I like to just take a little lube and just drop it right on top of the lifter seat where the push rod's going to sit. Just a drop, you don't have to fill it all up. Just enough to have something there for when the engine starts. We just have the stock LS3 head gasket. I think it's a 4-piece. Yeah, looks like a 4-piece. You can use it on each side. It just has a front there. Just make sure the front is in the front. So I'm using ARP head bolt kit. Okay, so on the 3rd gens, the difference between a 3rd gen block and a 4th gen block is the head bolts are not all the same size. They're these ones on the inside, on the far right or far forward and far rear are shorter. So this is one that goes there, and then this is one that goes on the outside. You can see the size difference. You want to make sure you lube the threads with the ARP lubricant, and under the head and under the washer. And these washers have a taper to them. If you flip it over and you put it on where it's flat right there, and it goes to sit on the head of the bolt, it won't seat properly, and you'll either break the bolt or you won't get a proper torque. So make sure that taper is against the head of the bolt, like that. If you're using an old block, and or you're using the just replacing your bolts on your existing block, when you take these bolts out, the stock ones from the factory come with a sealant or a lubricant, not a lubricant, like a Loctite almost on it. And you want to get that Loctite out of the threads. You want to get a chaser and chase that stuff out of the threads. Otherwise, when you go to put in your new stuff, you won't get the proper torque out of them. These have already been chased out. Not using Loctite or anything on them. On the ARP stuff, they just want you to use their lube and torque it down to their specifications. You see on the forums, people say you can use Loctite on the threads and then still use the lube on the head of the bolt, but I'm just going to go off of what they say, what ARP says. Alright, so the torque for these, 3 equal steps all the way across. So 25, and then you'll do 50, and then you'll do 75. And then the small bolts at the top are 25 foot-pounds. And we're going to put our push rods in. These are 7.4s. So just make sure they go in and seat on the lifter properly. You don't want to miss the rocker, or I'm sorry, the lifter. Alright, so we're using the stock LS3 rockers with the LS3 heads, but these are the straw bushing set, so it replaces the needle bearings that are normally in there that have an issue of coming out. Alright, so these rockers are torqued to 22 foot-pounds. So now the valve cover can go on, but I'm going to be spray painting those valve covers. I'll show you in another video. We're going to go with the black on those valve covers. So they're not ready to go on yet. So then you just swing the motor over, do the other side the exact same way. Make sure your dowels are in there. These dowels were pulled at the machine shop. They were no good. So I had to purchase new dowels. So make sure you get them and put them in there where your heads won't line up properly. Going to rotate it, make sure I'm not getting any interference. Alright guys, thanks for watching episode 3. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the comment section below and I'll do my best to get back to them. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any upcoming videos on this 408 build. Otherwise, we'll see you next time.